Good morning and welcome to your Primetime News. I'm Dhammik Ekanaika.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
Detention orders issued to 22 drug-hauling monks. Chief prelates call for expulsion of imposter monks involved in drug trafficking. Road Development Authority denies MP Bandara's claim of double payments. Locomotive drivers withdraw from operating defective trains. Iran's foreign minister to meet with Putin. In sport, Kolkata and Lucknow went to Super Over in IPL.
The top story on Gold FM.
The Negombo Additional Magistrate remanded 22 monks for 7 days following their arrest with kush and hashish valued at over 1 billion rupees. Police Narcotics Bureau officers apprehended the group at the Bandar Naik International Airport on Saturday or Sunday morning upon their return from Thailand. Investigators also arrested another monk in Gampha yesterday who allegedly planned the trip. This suspect is said to be produced before court today. The group left for Thailand on the 22nd and returned with over 112 kilograms of narcotics concealed in false bottoms of suitcases filled with school supplies and sweets. Each individual allegedly carried 5 kilograms of the illegal substances. This seizure marks the largest drug haul in the history of the Katunak airport and the first time a group of monks faced arrest for such an offence. Most suspects fall between the ages of 19 and 28, with 11 having received higher ordination. Reports indicate they study at various higher education institutions. Investigations revealed 3 monks from the temple in Madapata Piliyandala coordinated the trip via Facebook, offering free airfare and accommodation. The organisers instructed the group to bring school equipment back to Sri Lanka in exchange for the free travel. The suspects told police that a Sri Lankan national in Thailand handed them the bags. While some monks admitted feeling suspicious about the luggage, they proceeded to transport the items into the country.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
The chief prelates of the 3 Buddhist sects issued a joint statement strongly condemning the transport of narcotics by individuals posing as Buddhist monks. They expressed their outrage at the misuse of the sacred saffron robe, stating that these illegal acts bring immense dishonor to the historic role of the monkhood in Sri Lanka and insult the faith of Buddhists worldwide. The chief prelates are now calling for swift state intervention to establish a legal mechanism for investigating these impostors and ensuring they are permanently expelled from the clergy. They further urged security forces to dismantle organized drug networks that are actively targeting and manipulating a young monk or younger monks into criminal activity. Senior clergy members across the island have been instructed to maintain constant vigilance over their students to ensure adherence to religious discipline and to prevent any further exploitation of Buddhist order. The Free Lawyers Organization alleges that files relating to a French loan agreement vanished from Treasury computers. This accusation comes to light as more details emerge regarding a cyber breach where hackers intercepted $2.5 million sent by the Treasury to settle an Australian loan. Attorney Atula De Silva of the Free Lawyers Organization, former Governor Kirti Tennakoon, and leadership board member of the Dinana Lakuna Collective, Attorney Shrila Laktilaka, expressed these views on these developments. In the interest of clarity, we refrain from dubbing their remarks.
මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශයේ ලේකම්වරයා ඇවිල්ලා කියනවානේ මේ තොරතුරු කිව්වේ නැත්තේ ඒ තොරතුරු කිව්වනම් කිව්ව එක ඒගොල්ලෝ ළඟට ගිහිල්ලා දැන් මුදල් හොරකම් කරපු පාර්ශවයන් අතට ගිහිල්ලා ඒගොල්ලෝ මේකෙන් ආරක්ෂා වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. එහෙනම් කියලා නැත්තේ කාටද? CID එකටනේ. CID එකට කියලා නැත්තම් දැන් විශ්වාස නැත්තේ කාවද? විශ්වාස නැත්තේ CID එකනේ. එහෙමනම් මේකෙන් පැහැදිලි වෙනවා අපිට වගේම මේ ආණ්ඩුවටත් මේ CID එක විශ්වාස නැහැ. මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් CID එකට පසුව වාර්තා කිරීමක් කරයි කියලා කියනවා. වාර්තා කිරීම කරායින් පස්සේ ඒ වාර්තා කිරීම විමසීම කළා කොච්චර කාලයක් ඇතුළත මේක උසාවියට කරුණු දෙන්නීමක් කරාද? මේ වගේ කාරණයක් වුණාම CID එකට හරි ඒ අදාළ පරිගණක අපරාධ පරීක්ෂණ කරන ආයතන වලට හරි දැනුම් දුන්න නම් ඒ දැනුම් දීලා හැකි පළමු අවස්ථාවෙන් මේ ගැන උසාවියට කරුණු පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් කරන්න ඕනේ බී වාර්තාවකින්.
වැරදිලා තියෙන්නේ මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශ, භාණ්ඩාගාරය සහ ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව. මේ වෙනකොට කිසිදු ආණ්ඩුවේ නිලධාරියෙක් දේශපාලඥයෙක් මේක පිළිබඳව වගකීමක් ඇතුව කටයුතු කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඔබ දැක්කා අමාත්‍යාංශයේ ලේකම්වරයා කට අරපු මොහොතේ ඉඳන් කරුණු වශයෙන් කිව්ව අති බහුතරයක් පට්ටපල් බොරු.
දැන් අද වෙනකොට වාර්තා වෙනවා ෆ්‍රාන්සය විසින් අපිට ලබා දෙන ලද පරිගණක තාක්ෂණය වර්ධනය කිරීමට අදාළ ණය ගිවිසුමක තොරතුරු මහා භාණ්ඩාගාරයේ පරිගණක වලින් මැකිලා ගිහිල්ලා කියන. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේක කරා තුන්වෙනි එකට සූදානම් වෙමින් හිටි. ඉතින් එතකොට අපිට කියන්න බැරිද මේක අභ්‍යන්තර වැඩක් කියලා? රාජ්‍යයෙන් මුදල් කොල්ල කෑම. හැබැයි මේ මුදල් කොල්ල ගන්නේ අර අතීතයේ වගේ තනි පුද්ගලයෝ නෙමෙයි. සංවිධිත ආයතනය. මම දන්නේ සංවිධිත ආයතනයේ පැලවත්තද කියලා.
Moving on with other local news, the Road Development Authority issued a statement rejecting reports that it mistakenly paid nearly 380 million rupees to a group of contractors via an online system in 2023. This clarification follows claims made by the Samagi Janabalavege parliamentarian Analin Bandara on social media. He alleges that the authority repeated payments to the same contractors. However, the Road Development Authority maintains that no such double payments left its accounts and labels the accusations as false. The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association announced its members will no longer operate trains with technical defects. Convener Indika Dodangoda said that drivers started strictly adhering to speed limits yesterday, a move expected to cause significant delays across the network. This trade union action follows the Department of Railways' decision to suspend 4 staff members, including the driver and guard, pending an investigation into the Sagarika Express derailment near Wadua last Friday. Despite these tensions, the department confirms the Sagarika Express returns to its regular schedule today. Indika Dodangoda maintains that the refusal to man for faulty equipment remains necessary for safety. A mother, her partner and a woman who purchased a 2-year-old girl for 50,000 rupees remain in custody until the 29th of this month. Police at Dharmapuram in Kilinochi arrested the 27-year-old mother and her 31-year-old partner following a complaint by the local Grama Niladari. The suspects claim they sold the child to fund medical treatment for their 4-year-old daughter, as both children suffer from thalassemia. While the initial report cited a sale price of 50,000 rupees, the suspects told police they received 40,000 rupees. Investigations revealed the partner used 15,000 rupees from the sale to purchase a mobile phone. Police report that the suspects did not explain when questioned why they bought a mobile phone despite claiming extreme financial hardship.
Now for some news in brief.
The Department of Meteorology forecasts showers or thundershowers at several places in most parts of the island after 1 p.m, while fairly heavy falls exceeding 75 millimeters are likely at some places in western, Sabaragamu, central, southern, Uva and north central provinces and in Kurunegala district.
The business news on Gold FM.
Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation General Limited recorded a gross written premium of 30.3 billion rupees in 2025, supported by a 51% surge in new business. The company expanded its market share to over 20% while contributing 5.7 billion rupees in taxes to the government. It had paid out 12.3 billion rupees in claims, including relief following Cyclone Ditwa. Sri Lanka recorded its third highest vehicle import expenditure in history during 2025, according to the central bank. Total spending reached $2.04 billion following the removal of all private vehicle import restrictions in January last year. A significant surge in imports occurred after April 2025 as demand recovered from years of government limitations. This total is surpassed only by record spending levels seen in 2015 and 2018. Global oil prices rose nearly 2% following the breakdown of peace negotiations between Washington and Tehran. Brent crude futures increased to $107.49 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate reached $96.17. Market analysts attribute the surge to a tightened supply as traffic remains limited through the Strait of Hormuz. Goldman Sachs subsequently raised its price forecast for the fourth quarter, citing the unprecedented scale of the Middle East supply shock. Gold prices fell today as a strong dollar and rising oil costs sparked fears of sustained high interest rates. Spot gold dropped to $4,694 per ounce following the breakdown of peace negotiations between the US and Iran. Market volatility remains high as investors await the Federal Reserve's upcoming interest rate decision on Wednesday. While global demand wavers, gold premiums in India reached a 10-week high due to tightening local supplies.
International news on Gold FM.
Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi is set to travel to Russia for high-level talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin as Tehran intensifies diplomatic efforts to resolve the ongoing conflict with the US. This visit follows a whirlwind diplomatic tour through Oman and Pakistan aimed at coordinating a regional response to the escalating crisis. The Iranian government continues to focus on securing political backing from its long-standing strategic ally in Moscow while rejecting the presence of American naval forces in the region. The diplomatic push comes as the US Central Command confirms that its forces continue to enforce a strict maritime blockade on Iranian ports. Military officials state that American personnel directed 38 ships to turn around or return to port to prevent vessels from entering or exiting Iranian waters. This naval standoff in the Strait of Hormuz remains a central point of contention, with the Iranian lawmakers insisting that they will not allow a return to pre-war conditions in the strategic waterway. On the economic front, the combined impact of the war and international sanctions pushes Iran's financial stability to the breaking point. The government in Tehran is now forced to reverse previous currency decisions to protect the supply of essentials and is reportedly tapping into the National Sovereign Fund to stay afloat. Attacks on critical industrial facilities and the total disruption of maritime trade leave the Iranian economy in its most fragile state in decades. Despite a US-brokered ceasefire, violence also persists in southern Lebanon, where Israeli bombardments killed at least 14 people yesterday. The fatalities included 2 children and 7 Hezbollah fighters, prompting the group to launch retaliatory strikes against Israeli troops. While US President Donald Trump suggests that Iranian leaders can initiate contact for negotiations, he recently cancelled planned diplomatic talks in Islamabad, leaving the path to a formal resolution uncertain. In the meantime, US President Donald Trump and senior administration officials appear to have been the intended targets of a suspected gunman who opened fire during the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed that preliminary investigations into 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen suggest a deliberate attempt to strike cabinet members. Investigators are now reviewing a manifesto reportedly sent by Allen to his family members before the attack, which details a specific intent to target government officials. The suspect, a mechanical engineer from California, allegedly carried 2 firearms and knives into the Washington Hilton before law enforcement intercepted him near a security checkpoint. Federal authorities plan to formally charge Allen in court today with the assault of a federal officer and the use of a firearm during a crime of violence.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
The Big Bang Theory spin-off series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, will debut on HBO Max this July. Comic book store owner Stuart Bloom, played by Kevin Sussman, attempts to restore reality after inadvertently causing a multiverse crisis. Producers Chuck Lorre, Zach Penn and Bill Prady lead the project, which features familiar characters from the original franchise.
Sports news on Gold FM.
Isipatana College faced St. Anthony's College at Havelock, Colombo yesterday at School Rugby League. Isipatana College triumphed St. Anthony's, scoring 43 points against 14. Meanwhile, another segment for the School Rugby League fired up at the Royal College complex yesterday, with the Royal College taking on Science College. Royal emerged victorious with the final result being 38-10. Kolkata Knight Riders defeated Lucknow Super Giants in a dramatic super over in the IPL after both teams finished level on 155 runs. Rinku Singh powered the Kolkata recovery with an unbeaten 83 before contributing to a crucial catch in the tiebreaker. Despite a 5-wicket haul from Lucknow bowler Mohsin Khan, Super Giants failed to chase down a modest target in the final over. Sunil Narine then restricted Lucknow to just 1 run in the super over to seal the win. And that's it for now, but do join us once more at 8:30 a.m. for your news highlight. Bye-bye.